Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much for editor to allow us to explain our presentations. My name is Muhammad Fabin Akbar, and together with my supervisor, Bapak Yulen Gunawan, we will present our research title about ECOSAT as a core international crimes, reforming environmental harm, reassessing state responsibility, and transforming accountability under the Rome Statute framework. Our focus in the urgency of recognizing ecocide in international law. We use normative juridical method, which means we analyze law, legal text, and legal idea. In simple terms, our main argument is the destructions of environment of very large scale ecocide should be treated as a serious international crime under the Rome Statute, similar to genocide or crimes against humanity. To start, let me explain the problems we see. Ladies and gentlemen, today, the world faces serious environmental damage. Forests are being cut down, rivers are and air are polluted, and climate change is getting worse. These problems do not stay inside one country. The effect can cross border and harm people and nature in many places. However, in the current international law are often not strong enough. They do not really stop or punish those who cause massive environmental damage. So, our main question is, can international criminal law help protect the environment better, especially through the idea of ecocide? From that questions, we found two big gaps. First, in the 1998 Rome Statute, which is the basic law of the International Criminal Court, there is no crime called ecocide. The statute lists for core crimes: genocide, crimes against humanity, war crimes, and crimes of aggressions. But large-scale environmental destruction is not one of them. The environment is mentioned only a little, usually in the context of war, not as a main things to protect. Because of this, it is very hard to hold state leaders or corporate bosses criminally responsible at the ICC when they cause huge environmental harms. Second, many environmental agreements in the international law are soft. They are more like declarations and promises, not strong rules with the criminal punishment at the national level. We often see good law on paper, but weak enforcement and political and economic interests that block real actions. So, overall, there is a big gap in protections and accountability for the environment and for communities who suffer. And in this research, we use a normative juridical method. This means we do legal research on document, not field work on surveys. We use primary legal materials, the Rome Statute 1998, the International Environmental Agreements, and the ICC document. The secondary materials we take from the books, journal article, and expert writing on ECOSAT and international criminal law. We use a three simple approach. The first one is statute approach. We read and analyze the text of the Rome Statute. The second is the conceptual approach. We study the idea of the ecocide as a possible international crime. The third is the comparative approach. We look at the different proposal for defining ecocide and some national law that already try to criminalize several environmental damage. Our goal is to show why ecocide should be recognized as a core international crime and what the legal consequence would be. Move to the research result. Our first main result in that there is a clear legal gap. The Rome Statute does not have a specific article on ecocide. Environmental harm is not seen as a main crime, but only as something related to other crimes, for example, in war. At the same time, international environmental law is mostly about cooperation and commitment, but not about criminal responsibility for individual. These situations lead to impunity even when environmental damage is very serious and affect millions of people. It is still very difficult to use international criminal law to punish those who are truly responsible, especially people in powerful positions. Our second main result is about the urgency of recognizing ECOSAT and the possible role of the ICC. If ECOSAT becomes a core international crime, then the ICC could investigate and prosecute serious environmental crimes. The court could go after leader and decision maker, not just low-level actor. The law will protect not only people living now, but also ecosystem and future generations. This change would support sustainable development and have achieved several sustainable development goals, such as climate actions, life below water, life on land, and peace, justice, and strong institutions. So, recognizing ECOSAT is not only a legal step, but also a step toward a more just and sustainable world. And then, let me finish with our conclusion and recommendations. Our conclusions. First, the 1998 Rome Statute does not yet protect the environment strongly because ecocide is not included as a core crimes. Second one is the existing environmental regulations at the international level are mostly declarative and lack criminal sanctions. There is a strong need and urgency to fill this gap by recognizing ECOSAT as a core international crime. So our recommendations is states should work together to amend the work statute and add a clear definitions and element of the crime of ecocide. And and then the recognitions of ecocide should be connected directly to the sustainable development goals, especially those about the environment and justice. And finally, we encourage corporations between states, academics, and civil society to push ecocide forward as a core international crime and to improve accountability for severe environmental harms. I think that's all. Thank you very much for your attentions. We are happy uh, to explain these presentations. I think thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.